If you're watching this video to prepare to be an EMT, this is not the video for you. You're welcome to stay and subscribe. Anyways, I'm trying to give you information, but I want it for it to be clear. Life is short. Buy the beach house. Live the dream. We do need good EMTs, and we have some good EMTs. We're talking about CPR. What is a CPR, and what's the difference between CPR'd land and subdivided land? The reason why we started doing CPRs in the state of Hawaii is because subdividing land really takes so many years. A CPR from start to finish takes about 6 months, so it saves a ton of time for people who want to take an acre and maybe turn it into 5 lots. CPR is a condominium property regime. So back in 1961, Hawaii passed a law, the Horizontal Property Regime Act. This is not subdividing, this is creating a horizontal property regime or horizontal condo regime, right? As a way to break up parcels of land. It was passed so that we could use condominium laws to not subdivide, to separate land for the usage of individual lots. Most of the time when people think condominiums, they think condos, right? A condo complex or tower, townhouses with maybe a community pool, a parking lot, but shared common elements. Now there's a lot of similarities between a regular condo project and a CPR'd lot. There's been many revisions to this initial law that was passed in 1961. The last one was overhaul of the Horizontal Property Regime Act. It was passed in 2006, and it's known as Chapter 514B. Let me go through some big differences between a CPR lot and a subdivided lot. In a CPR, like a condominium project, you will probably have some shared elements. A shared driveway, a shared fence, sometimes a shared septic tank, maybe some open space, some grazing land. When you have subdivided land, maybe someone could have an easement over your lot, but your lot is your lot. You don't share anything with your neighbors. They don't share anything with you. With a CPR lot, you are partially responsible for the shared elements. If the shared driveway needs work, needs to be repaved, you're going to be financially obligated for your portion of that work. If it's subdivided land, you generally don't have shared elements, so that isn't something you'll need to consider. To me, one of the biggest differences between owning CPR'd land and subdivided land is that once a property has been CPR'd, you can no longer change that lot. Unless you own the entire CPR and you dissolve it, then you could, change the shape of the land ownership again. If you own a subdivided lot and you're under the county of Kauai, you usually can either re-subdivide it or CPR that lot, taking one lot and making it multiple lots. If it has been CPR'd, there is no more breaking up of that land, regardless of how big the lot size is. A great example of a part of the island where there are a lot of CPRs is Kalihiwai Ridge. Now, Kalihiwai Ridge, when it was originally subdivided, they were generally about 25-acre parcels, right, of ag land on the north shore of Kauai. Since these original subdivided lots came on the market many, many years ago and were sold, almost all of them have been CPR'd into 2 to 5 acre lots, where now people have beautiful homes, some organic gardens, they grow, tropical palm trees and other ag activities as well. So which is more desirable? Which is more valuable? Really, it depends. It could be nice to not be the only one responsible for maintaining a large road to get to your property. It could also be an added benefit if you're buying into one of these ag subdivisions, that you know that your neighbor isn't going to be able to break up the large parcel and build 5 homes next to yours. But maybe you would rather have the option of breaking up your parcel so you can give a lot to each of your kids in the future and they can build a home on it. Which one is more desirable really just depends on what you want to do with the land. I think the trickiest thing with CPRs is when you have a shared septic tank. Those require more maintenance than a wall or a driveway. When you're buying a house with a shared septic tank, you really want to understand what is a CPR, what are your responsibilities, and what will your future responsibilities be for both you and your neighbor that you share the septic tank with. I feel like this is such a boring one. Let me say this. This might not be the most interesting YouTube video. If you own land on Kauai, or if you're thinking of purchasing land on Kauai, this is important information for you to understand, which is why I'm providing it.